What's going on, guys? Halo 5 is finally out. I know a lot of new people are going to be getting into this game, as well as some people that were fans of the series that haven't played it in a while and want to get back in. So this video I just wanted to give some basic tips for the arena multiplayer on how to survive and get better at it. Because it's definitely different than games like Call of Duty or Battlefield. First thing to know, this is a team-oriented game. So stay with a teammate. Don't run off alone. Don't go lone wolf unless you're playing free-for-all. You're not going to be able to run in and just slaughter the enemy team unless they're really bad or not paying attention. Everyone has shields in this game. It takes a little bit to kill people. So it's a little bit harder to get those multi-kills unless you catch some guys not paying attention or you're just really good with headshots. But if you stick with a teammate, then when either they die or you die in an engagement, you can kill their attacker, get the cleanup kill, keeps the score closer, negates the kill they just got, so you're staying even with the other team. You definitely want to have your mic on and try and communicate with your teammates in this game. You'll do so much better. You'll be able to crush anyone that isn't communicating usually. It gives you a huge advantage right from the start. So when you guys first spawn in the arena, you will have a Magnum pistol and a fully automatic assault rifle. Now these are both great guns that you could get through the entire match with if you wanted. The Magnum's great at medium to long range. It's about 5 shots to kill an enemy. Once you take the shields down, you can get a one-shot headshot. And you can do this from pretty far away if you have good enough aim. When enemies are coming medium to close range, make sure you pull out your assault rifle. The damage has been re-upped again, so it can kill. Previous games, you kind of had to either melee or throw a grenade to supplement assault rifle damage, but now you don't even need a full clip. So just make sure you're using these guns properly at that range. It's always better to upgrade your weaponry, and there are battle rifles and DMR rifles scattered all around these maps, but they're not marked, so they're a little hard to see. So when you first get into multiplayer maps, I'd recommend just running around looking for them. They're usually just leaning up against a wall somewhere random, or enemies drop them when they die. And just learn where these are on the maps. That way every time you spawn, you can just run and grab a battle rifle or DMR rifle. I usually switch my pistol out with it, that way I keep my close range assault rifle option. Both those weapons are great at medium to long range. You can even use the battle rifle at close range if you're good enough, and you'll get some easy headshot kills with them. Now around the map there will also be power weapons scattered that will spawn up randomly throughout the game, so make sure your team knows where these are and try and control them, because that'll give you a huge advantage as well. If you're on a map that has rockets, you absolutely want to make sure that you're controlling those, since they are so easy to get kills and multi-kills with, and it will just save your team a lot of deaths and put a lot of kills in your favor, hopefully. And try to make sure, I'm not very good with a sniper rifle in this game, so I usually try and have my teammates grab it unless no one's grabbing it and I just need to do it to keep it out of the enemy hands, then I will. But if you're communicating with your team, make sure the proper player is getting the proper power weapon to be most effective for you. Now you'll notice that the big power weapons like the rocket launcher and sniper rifle will be marked on the map for everyone and a little countdown of how long until they spawn. But there's also other weapons that are hidden around the maps that aren't marked. Kind of like the battle rifle, but there's a shotgun, needlers, and these are all great weapons that you can use to get a few kills. Especially the shotgun at close range if you're playing strongholds, which is basically domination, or you're defending your flag. So make sure you keep an eye out for these weapons, learn where they are as well, that way you can keep them out of the enemy team hands. Experiment with different guns, see what works best for you, and then learn where those guns are on the map. Now your other weapon you have are your grenades, and you'll see these laying around the map as well. You start off with 2 frag grenades. These you can throw, bounce them off walls. You can do some great moves with that. You'll also get plasma grenades, which are the blue grenades that stick to enemies, and Promethean grenades, which explode and leave some explosives kind of floating in the air there, so if anyone walks through it, it attaches to them and they explode. Always make sure you're using your grenades if you can. Even if it looks like you're about to die, you turn a corner, there's two guys there. Just try and get one at their feet. That'll take their shields down and make it easier for your teammates to clean it up. And you'll always get grenades when you spawn, so you're kind of just wasting them if you don't use them. Like I said, most grenades do not kill. You need at least 2. Unless it's a plasma grenade and you stick it to an enemy, that's an instant kill. Or the Promethean grenades will instant kill if an enemy walks into it. So if an enemy's chasing you around a corner, you know where they're coming from, throw a Promethean grenade right there, they'll turn the corner, run into it, be dead, and that's a kill for you and your team. Now Halo 5 introduced some new abilities you have. So you basically have a thruster pack, so you can either dodge from side to side, forward or backwards. So when you're in a firefight, make sure you're using this. If you're kind of in a doorway and you're starting to get shot up, use that dodge button, get to the left, let your shields recharge. Don't try and be a hero and get that last headshot when your shields are completely down. Play cautiously, not like Rambo. You can also use this when you're running to do a charge melee attack. This is good if an enemy's standing still, but just be careful if they are running too and you miss, you can just go right behind them and they can turn around and punch you in the back and then you're dead. There is also a ground slam move where if you jump up into the air and then hold down the melee button, it'll start to charge up, and if you land directly on an enemy, you'll get the kill. While fun, you are left out in the open usually, so I wouldn't recommend this if you're just starting out. This is more of like a fun, holy crap, I got him move. So something to experiment with, but not if you're trying to win the game or it's a close game like that. Also, it's important to note that when you are sprinting, your shields and health will not recharge, and the longer you sprint, the longer it will take for them to recharge. So if you're trying to get away from a guy, make sure as soon as you don't have to run, you stop, crouch, rest for a second, and let those shields recharge. Like I said earlier, everyone has the same amount of health and shields, so if you have less than someone, you're already at a disadvantage when you go into a firefight with them. Halo 5 is also the first game to include the ability to kind of aim down sights on your weapons. This doesn't really add any accuracy, it just makes it a little easier for you to hit enemies that are a little further away. But if you jump up in the air and you aim, you will kind of hover there for a second. This is an okay way to throw off enemies with their aiming if they're kind of following you down. You can use this to your advantage if there's an enemy hiding just behind cover or crouching somewhere. You can jump up and float there to get your shots off and try and kill them before you drop down. Just remember this so you don't jump up in the air while aiming and just kind of hover there for a second and get smoked by guys from all around the map. And of course, don't forget your basic melee attack. If you're shooting an enemy and he's coming in close to you, just run up and punch him. Usually you'll get the kill. It takes about half or a little bit more of their life. So if you've already peppered them with some bullets, hit him in the face. You'll get a feel for how much damage you need to do before you can hit them to get the kill. It's not really that much, but also be wary of enemies doing that to you. If you see someone trying to close the distance on you, make sure you're not the one that gets punched in the face. A lot of times you'll both hit each other at the same time, both die, cancel each other out. That's fine. And of course, if you melee an enemy in the back, it's a one-shot kill. If you hold down the melee button, you get to do a cool assassination animation, but you can get killed while doing this, so be wary of that. And that about wraps up this quick little video on some tips for Halo 5. So just to recap, make sure you're working as a team, communicating. That'll definitely give you an advantage over all the other randoms that don't communicate. Learn your maps, learn where their weapons are, the battle rifles, the power weapons that are marked, the power weapons that aren't marked, and play to your strengths with those weapons. Remember to use your new Spartan abilities so you can dash out of the way. It's great for dodging grenades or falling behind cover real fast. And of course, never forget to use your grenades or melee in the proper situation. Anything you can do to get the enemy shields down faster than yours will work to your advantage. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like. If you have any other tips or something I missed that you think everyone should know, put it in the comments below. For more gameplay, reviews, and all that good stuff, please subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. If you're on the fence about getting the game still, be sure to check out my Halo 5 spoiler-free review. It's pretty long. I go into all the big modes that are in this game, so it's definitely worth checking out. I also did a review of the Fall of Reach animated series that came with the collector's edition of the game and will be released on DVD and Blu-ray in December. This is a animated series based off the book. It's kind of a prequel-ish to Halo 5 just because there's some characters in Halo 5 that you're never really introduced to in the games, so it's kind of important. So feel free to check that out too. And I hope to see you guys out in the Halo 5 arena. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one.